Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is once again time for me to change the bandage. Well, put a new bandage on anyway. As you can see, I have removed the bandage because I was just showering. Oh, this cluttered ass table. This is again a wet to dry bandage. It is designed to keep the wound moist so it will bleed. They want my wound to bleed for some reason or other. Well, to get the infection out. That's the whole point of the bleeding thing. So, put that there. Iodine, sterilize the wound. Timer has started. And I need a little more fluid in there. Okay. So there we are. Today we are going to talk about, while I do this, the riots currently happening, at least as I film this. Possibly not as I post this, but at least as I film this in Los Angeles. And I'm going to do various things like take my blood sugar. Because I need to do these things and I have time. But yeah, I mean, for those of you who are not aware, the Trump administration set a quota for removing illegal immigrants from this country, or undocumented immigrants, or whatever you want to call them. And, you know, Los Angeles is what we refer to as a sanctuary city. So our statement on the case is, these people are here to work, they're fine, we'll handle it. Keep your damn ice to yourself. Well, for days, we could hear sirens all day long, which was apparently the activity of ICE. And they very well may have once again deported my gardener. And I mean, he's a good guy. He doesn't speak a lot of English, but he's a good guy. And I don't know if he's legal or not. And I never asked. And quite frankly, I don't see it as being my business. I didn't hire him. But he's here now. And I'm dealing with it. You know, and for those of you who don't know, one of the charities I work with is a orphanage in Mexico. 183. My blood sugar is particularly high today. That makes sense. I didn't take my insulin yesterday. Don't ask me. But, I've actually paid or helped pay for the funeral of children murdered by the cartels. So my heart really goes out to the Mexican people. And whereas I don't necessarily approve of breaking the law in any degree, I also recognize the fact that we need a certain number of migrant workers to do various things, like pick produce and whatever have you. It looks perched precariously. So, we're getting rid of people right now like factory workers and, produce workers and all that sort of stuff. And to be honest with you, that's not a good idea. It's going to make food more expensive at a time when food's already pretty expensive. Fumbling with these alcohol wipes here. And Trump said he was going to cut prices, make living easier. And to a certain extent, you say, well, if you remove the source of labor, you will theoretically make jobs more valuable, raise pay, and therefore make the cost of living go down. Or make me more capable of paying for things anyway. Problem with that, of course, is that the people who are willing to do certain jobs, regardless of how much they pay, tend to be illegal immigrants. So that does start bringing up the question, how are you making my life easier by getting rid of the people who are picking my food? I'm about to inject insulin. Insulin has to be injected into fat. So, to be clear on the subject, this is a situation that falls very distinctly under states' rights. A state has the right to decide whether they wish to tolerate undocumented immigrants or not the federal government. Okay. And naturally, we Californians, because we're a high percentage of the demographic who supports these undocumented workers, there were protests, and then there were mild riots. And Donald Trump sent in the National Guard. Problem with this is normally, the National Guard isn't very national. They're made up of people who live in the communities that they wind up protecting normally. So, normally the governor deals with the guard, the governor of the state. And That didn't happen this time. And people are saying, what's the deal? What's the deal with that? And the answer really is, dude, how about you mind your own damn business and let California take care of California? When the wildfires were happening, you guys were saying, we're sick of giving California money. Now here it is, we ain't asking for your help, and you're spending billions or millions of dollars sending us help we don't want. So, yeah, it begs the question, what's going on here? Are we manufacturing a crisis? I really don't know. I mean, the National Guard doesn't have anything to do, and they then deployed Marines, which they're not supposed to do. And the Marines are apparently getting de-escalation training or something like that. But, the truth is, the situation isn't that bad. There is a curfew in downtown Los Angeles, but downtown Los Angeles, despite this directly impacting me, is a very small part of Los Angeles. We're a very big county, and a very big city, for that matter. So really, we don't need this interference. It's not helping anything. Now, someone asked me, will removing all the illegal immigrants help with the homeless problem? And the answer is no. I've worked with the homeless. Very few of them are illegal immigrants. There are a few. And, I mean, most of the homeless problem we have are convicted felons. And, people don't want to hire them. So the homeless problem is a completely separate issue. It's particularly bad in California. Of course, it's particularly bad. I have a cold. Because we accept the homeless of the rest of the country. We elected to fix that problem. And yeah, we're not doing that great of a job of it, I'm going to grant you. But whereas removing a large chunk of the population will impact homelessness, the question is, what will it really do? How do I open this? Here we go. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the federal government coming in and telling me what to do. Few Americans are. One of the reasons for America is that we, as a people, decided we wanted to be free. We wanted to make our own decisions. And that's why there are so many varied governments in America. And yeah, there are shortfalls to that. Okay? Some governments are smaller and more abusive than others. There are accountability issues. But the truth is, it's a solid way of doing things. It really is. And, now we have the federal government encroaching on the state, which is something that red states are supposed to really hate. And blue states aren't supposed to mind so much. But the situation is reversed. And the question quickly becomes, what will America say? Will the Republicans stick by their guns and say, hey, Donnie, that's states' rights. Let them do what they want. Or do states' rights only apply when it's a red state? It's a good question. I don't have an answer. Anyway, I'm all bandaged up. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. I'm Richard.
Background courtesy of Photographs of a Mad Richard. Link in the description. Oogog. Ergonog. Daniel Ducky say YouTube gods need long outro so I can tell you comment, like, and subscribe so that this channel can pull trash out of ocean by buying matrices from For Ocean. Also, links to new video now appear. Comment, like, and subscribe, or be cursed by Ugatha. Danger Ducky approves.